Have you ever looked at a massive goal? For example, like starting a business, getting fit, or even just finally getting to clean out your room, or that one dark room in the whole house that you know reeks, and then you feel or felt instantly exhausted. Yeah, I understand how that feels. We think that big results require massive heroic efforts, but today I want to tell you why all that is a lie. And before we get into the math, before we get into the psychology, I just want us to look at the British cycling team back in 2003. Now, they were so bad that bike manufacturers wouldn't even sell to them because they didn't want to look like quote-unquote losers. Then came a man called Dave Brailsford. He did not tell them to try harder. He just told them to find the 1% improvement everywhere. And it went to the extent that they even tested different pillows to see which gave the riders the best sleep. Fast forward a few years, they did not just win, they dominated. Welcome back to the Little Growth Podcast. I am Damson. Today, we are taking the 1% rule from James Clear's Atomic Habits and applying it to our messy real lives. Let's talk about why tiny is actually huge. James Clear says, habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. Now, that does not, I don't mean to sound like I'm a math genius or anything, but let this sink in. If you get 1% better every day for 1 year, you end up 37 times better. Now, personally, in my experience, there was a time when I wanted to start out in writing. But I wanted to do this at once. I thought that when you're starting out or when you want to write a book, you sit down with the concept and generate the whole storyline in one night. Boy, did I fail. Otherwise, but when I actually think about this from a 1% better perspective, I take it back to the time when I wanted to add running or jogging to my workout routine. Now, whenever I was getting to the point of the running, the time for running, what I would normally do is I just tell myself that I'm just going to take one lap around my neighborhood and then get back at my house, and that will be all for today. Now, the compound interest over time just showed by itself. I was more fitter, I raised more stamina, and I found myself pushing further to go longer distances. And it didn't seem as tiresome as, say, setting a distance goal of over 5 kilometers or over 10 kilometers on just your first try. And it built into a habit. Now, James likes to put it this way: success is the product of daily habits, not once in a lifetime transformations. We're always waiting for a lightning bolt to change our lives, when the real power is in the boring stuff. It's that extra glass of water, it's that one page of a book, and it is the 1%. But let us be real with each other for a second. The 1% rule really does suck at the beginning. Why? Because you don't see anything happening. James Clear calls this the Plateau of Latent Potential. Imagine an ice cube in a cold room. You heat it from 25 degrees to 31. It's still a block of ice. You feel like you're failing. You're doing the work. You're 1% better, but the ice isn't melting. But then, 32 degrees, it melts. James says, your work was not wasted, it is simply being stored. And I've been in that valley of disappointment many times. When you feel like you're at 28 degrees. But if you're listening to this right now, this is your sign. Do not stop. You are not failing. You are just storing up the energy for 32 degrees. All the action happens at the boiling point, but the work happens in the cold. Now, here's the most little growth part of the whole book. James says that every action you take is a vote for the type of person that you wish to become. So when someone says this, you now stop worrying. Stop worrying about that weight you want to lose. Stop worrying about that amount of money that you want to save. You're worrying about the wrong things. That's what we call outcome thinking. Instead, ask yourself, who is the type of person who could achieve that? A healthy person? A financially smart person? Now, in my experience, I wasn't really so much into reading at the beginning. I wasn't so much into reading. But something came to me at a point and I'm like, okay, what does a reader do? You ask yourself that, what does a reader do? I asked it to myself at a certain point in time. And because I had all the time to myself, this was again the COVID period. I had all the time to myself and I had the resources and I didn't have a lot to do. So I got to the habit of reading. But instead of wanting to finish a book just for the sake of finishing a book, I would always enter the reading space with the feeling of wanting to feel learned, wanting to feel like I read, like I'm a reader. And that's what the book is talking about. Because it says the goal is not to read a book. The goal is to become a reader. Same thing when I started this podcast. I did not say that I want 10,000 listeners. I said that I want to be the type of person who shows up and who shares. And every time I hit record, I'm winning that vote to myself. And you can win your vote today too. Now, James Clear leaves us with this. All big things come from small beginnings. The seed of every habit is a single tiny decision. So friends, here is your little growth challenge for the week. Do not try to change your whole life. Just find a 1% win. Once you wake up from bed, add a set of push-ups. Send that awkward thank you text that you've been delaying to send. Or if you're a reader, or if you want to become a reader like me, get up and just read one paragraph from that book. It can either be on your phone or you can have a hard copy. Now, you don't need a landslide victory. You just need to win the majority of the votes today. I'm Damson, and this is the Little Growth Podcast. If you're in the valley of disappointment today, hang in there. I'm right there with you. Let's get to 32 degrees together. Remind you to stay small, stay consistent, and I'll see you in the next one.